right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, all
Welcome
right, all right.
to Tyson and Teddy Talk, or Matthew McConaughey and Teddy Talk, episode 23. I purposefully did not say almost anything once we joined the Discord call so that we went in here fucking fresh. What's going
Raw.
on?
We're just raw dogging it.
God damn. Oh, shit. Dude, okay, so I just woke up from like a little 10-minute nap. Like
Nice.
10
Not bad.
like I literally normally I hate naps, right? And naps usually are a bad sign. Like back when I was in a really bad place mentally, and like I realized in hindsight that I used to take a lot of depression naps where it was like I just didn't want to be awake. And so now whenever I do take a nap, I always have to like think, I'm like, is that a bad sign? I have to think and like take count. And then I'm like, no, I literally like I got up, I was in here playing some video games. I got up, my dog was on the couch and she was so stinking cute that I just laid down and like hugged her and like kissed her forehead and was feeling just so happy that I was just like, oh, this is nice. And then I just kind of dozed off because I purposefully woke up early today to kind of fix my sleep schedule. So I have a little less sleep than usual. I'm still kind of eating like garbage. So it's diet and that. And I was like, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You know? Just dozed
I
off
have
for
little
like 10
naps.
minutes.
Well, it's not even a nap. It's usually like after I eat dinner and I'm watching something on the couch and I'll just sit there and then I'll just like nod off for like, it's like usually like not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just the post meal like nap.
I did also eat pizza today, so there's that. We got that pizza tired like we were talking about last time.
Oh, pizza time.
Yeah.
I've been eating fairly well, I guess. For a week now, like a week and a day, I've like been running every single day. So that's
crazy.
It's a lot. You don't think that it's a lot, even though like I like look at so at the end of the week, so from like Sunday to Saturday, it was like 34 kilometers, which doesn't actually seem that much. Because I would do like 10. Well, I'm like
2 kilometers is a lot for me running.
I just don't know what like the average like people run like during the week. I guess people don't usually run every day.
Yeah, they most likely don't track it like that.
Yeah.
I know people track like, you know, when they're trying to improve and get faster, they like track their mile time for like a single mile, but I don't know in general. Like for a week.
I've got it. It's tough to like hit my goals because I'm running every single day, so I don't really have like a rest day.
Yeah.
But like I think like right now my 10K is an hour and 6 minutes. And then I think my 5K is like 33 minutes.
I literally just have a conversion chart up here. I have the Google kilometers to miles, and every time you say one, I put it in. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Got it.
I want to get under 60 for 10K and under 30 for 5K.
How long did you say the 10K was?
An hour and 6 minutes. The problem is that like my route.
Oh, that's a good mile time.
It probably is under 60 if it was flat the whole way, because there's like 2 big places and I'm trying to like map out a different route to take that's not so hilly. Yeah, those hills just like kill me. And like, I'll try to like lightly even jog up a hill, and then it's just like after 3 kilometers of running and then you run up a hill, you're just like, oh my god, I just need to like walk. And
hiking is very different than running, but like there was one section I went on a hike for the first time in like the last month, and there was one little bit of like going uphill, and I was like, ooh, I can feel the difference in my diet. Like, because there was one bit a few months ago where I went on a hike and it was about a 4-mile hike and it was like up a fucking mountain, and I had like no issue whatsoever. But at that point, I had been eating keto regularly and I had been working out regularly. And I was like, oh, it's no problem. Next time I should do like a 6-mile. I should like fucking push it. And then the next hike I did was like 3 miles, but I had gotten off keto and had taken a couple like rest days from working out. And then I was like, whew, It's a good thing I did not go to
Yeah.
6 because that makes a big difference. Like I felt it. I was like, "Whew." And this last one I did, it was the first time I had done it in a while. And yeah, literally that one section going uphill, I was like, whoa, woo, I gotta, I gotta do something.
And I've
It was
been
not too bad.
I have a foam roller, and I've been like looking up like how long I should foam roll my legs like before and after a workout. And it
Yeah,
actually helps a lot, especially with like shin splints,
yeah,
because my shins are like the biggest area where like everything hurts. And so I'll just like kind of just crouch on this foam roller and just like rock back and forth, and it hurts like so
yeah.
much. But then the next
Oh
day
god.
it's not as bad. Like yeah,
Yeah.
it helps like
Is it kind
recover
of
and
like
stuff.
stretching, or is it more kind of like a massage in a way of like
Probably more like a
massaging
massage.
out your muscles?
Yeah, because it's just like this
Yeah,
big,
that
it's like a
makes
water
sense.
noodle, but like a more dense water noodle,
Yeah.
and it's like big, and then you just like roll on it. It's good for like calves
I
too,
just
so
pulled
then
up a
they'll do
YouTube video
those.
that says foam rolling for legs recovery workout. Also, just whew, fucking, I wish I could show this on camera, but it's a fucking terrible like video framing. Like it's awful. Like she cut off her forehead. It's like, what are you
Is it like
doing?
from a long time ago, or is it like fairly recent?
2019. It's just like it's like when people use Zoom calls and they're like their camera's like down here,
Oh
like
yeah,
looking up, classic.
classic.
Yeah, this looks good though.
And then on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday I had uh my massage, and I also got drugs. So like
Nice.
as I
Hell
called the
yeah.
doctor, and the doctor like because it's just a walk-in, um, so it's not like my personal doctor, but I just like told them sort of what was going on, and then they like wrote me a referral for massage, and then they also prescribed like two drugs, only like a week's worth, but it was, and then
What
and
is
the
it?
massage. I don't. Well, one is like an anti-inflammatory, so like for I guess when your like shoulders are sore, like your muscles are inflamed.
Sounds familiar. My sister had like a shoulder, like it was originally an injury and then like now her shoulder's just kind of fucked. But she had to take that for like volleyball. She would fucking
Yeah.
serve too hard and it fucked up her shoulder.
So
So
yeah, I
yeah,
got
that's right.
those, and then went to the massage, and it's funny, like, because the guy kept saying, like, oh, is the pressure okay? Like, is this like just let me know if this is too much? And I'm like, dude, like you could literally like drop elbow me in the shoulder. I would prefer you do that. Like when it's
Fucking destroy me.
when it's like a
Please.
massage pain, you know that it's like intended to like get your muscles back to what they were. So I'm like, yeah, you make it hurt as much as possible. I don't flinch. I don't do any. It's so weird when it
It's
comes to
got to
like
be a
that
trust
kind of
thing where
pain.
you're like, oh, you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Fucking go ahead.
And there were times that I was like, it was really stinging, like, and like pain and whatnot. And then he gave me like a lacrosse ball, sort of, and then to do some exercises on it. But it felt like so much better even just like the couple days after, and it feels like fine now. So that
Yeah.
was very like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
Nice. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I will say like my diet is kind of fucked. For a while I was trying to just like let myself figure shit out and like cook a little bit more, do more shit in moderation, try to like eat somewhat like a regular human, but like try and be somewhat moderate about it and healthy because like I said, it's always like I'm very all or nothing. So when I'm on keto, it works really well because it's strict. And then when I'm not, it works really bad because I'm not strict at all. It's like really strict or nothing, where I just eat everything. So I was trying to find the balance, and I was doing pretty good for about a week or two. But this last week, not so much. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I have been working out because for a while I was being a little lax just on like I would take a couple days off and stuff like that. But I just said fuck it and wrote on like my whiteboard like a Sunday through Friday where it's like cardio, strength, and I just made sure that I checked every single bit off. I was like, okay, I'm not missing a day. And it's been great. I've done that for 2 weeks now. Once I finish this week, I was also trying to keep track because once I finish this week, then it'll be like, the 21 days for something to be a habit, which is, I don't know if that's exactly gonna work out for me because I haven't been working out at the exact same time every day. So it's like I don't know if it really is established as a habit. I don't know, but
I don't know. I think
I
it's
guess
probably different for different people.
it's
I'm
at
trying to
least
think like,
habitual to that I make myself do it
yeah.
every day. You know what I mean? So I feel like once I hit 21 days, it'll get a little bit easier on force myself to do it every day. But it's been good because working out's fucking great and helps my mindset so goddamn much. And when I don't, I'm like, oh, that's why I feel like shit mentally and physically. And then when I do, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Those
So
chemical releases in your brain.
it's so good.
It's
Working
just
out's great.
science. Yeah.
Yeah. But whenever I um I don't because I'm legitimately just like, oh, I really don't fucking feel like it today. I do not want to. And I just like can't find the motivation. Then I would end up like skipping a day or two in a week. And that's what I had been doing for like the last month or so. But then now these last 2 weeks, whenever I feel like that, I'm like, fucking just do it. You're gonna feel better afterwards. And it's
Even
been
if it's just like
hard to force
a mini
myself to
one
do
too,
that,
like
but
it doesn't have
it's
to be like
helpful.
the full workout sometimes,
Yeah.
even if it's just, even when you start though, like you'll start a workout and you'll be like, well, I could do a little bit more, or I could do a little bit more. And then you actually just end up doing a full
Yeah,
workout.
usually once you start, it's fine. I just can't fucking get myself to start. That's also like the next thing I want to tackle is waking up at the right goddamn time when I'm supposed to wake up because I've always struggled with that throughout my whole life. There's been a couple of time periods in my life where it's been better than others, but like I'm back to where I keep fucking because it's like ideally I start work at 12:15 Monday through Fridays and in an ideal world, I'd wake up at 9, fucking 3 hours to eat some breakfast, do both workouts, knock out both of them, get a shower, hop on for work. But recently, I've just been like, hit the snooze, and then it's 11 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, well, now I can wake up, get a shower, hop on work. Cause I know that I have that like that like lenient time
Yeah.
um it makes it harder to actually get up. But then when I fucking do, it's great. Like today I woke up I don't know why. I feel like I want to do more research on this, but part of it is that legitimately like my body fucking hurts. Like when I wake up too early, it's like everything, and I get that it's probably just natural. Everything is still like asleep, like all your muscles, but
Right.
it's so hard to like once I get up out of bed to turn my alarm clock off, not to jump back in bed because I'm like, ow. I know if I sleep another 2 hours, I'll wake up feeling a little bit like better physically, but I have to just be like, no, just fucking move. And then whenever I do, like today, it was hard, but I was like, no, you said you were gonna work out. You're gonna fucking do it. So I just like fucking walked out and like took Ion outside and all that. But by the time I had like sat down, started eating breakfast, it's like, oh, okay, feel fine. It's just like the first bit of fucking making yourself move, but it's got to be
See,
more self discipline.
I just like get up as soon as my alarm clock like goes, or yeah, like as soon as it goes off and I turn on to like turn it off, I literally just like roll like myself out of bed and just like
Yeah, just
throw my I just like throw myself in
yeah.
the shower, and then I'll just like wake up in the
Yeah, that's what I
shower.
used to do. That's what I used to do. That's what used to be really helpful. But now it's like the first thing that I do is I have to take my dog outside. So it's like that's that's one bit. And then I work out in the morning, so it's like it's kind of pointless to shower right away because
You can have
I'm
two
gonna go ahead
showers.
and sweat. That's yeah, I could.
Yeah,
I
why not?
fucking could.
I shower in
Yeah.
the morning, and then like after a run I'll have another shower.
Yeah. Just saves a little bit of time to just like fucking. And what's really nice is this thing. I mean, really, it's just forcing myself to get up and go take Ion outside. Because once I do, then it's like I'm in motion and the rest of the routine is fine. I just have to not jump back in bed. But like, especially even if I like this morning when I came back from walking around outside, I still felt like a little like my muscles were still waking up and it still was like ugh. But then I just got like a protein bar and sat down here and fucking turned on like the therapy lamp thing. And I sit and eat breakfast and watch something and have that on for like 30 minutes, and then I'm totally fine. Then it's like, oh, okay, I'm awake. But I just gotta fucking force myself. Just gotta be self-disciplined, and I'm getting better at it because yeah, that I'm almost through the 3 days of the working out like every day. And the thing is like I just go through periods where I'm a lot more insecure and like feel for some weird reason feel like I can't do shit like that. And then I'll think back and I'm like, no, I mean you did that. Like there were periods of my life where I have worked out every day and harder for like 6 months. And I'm like, why do you feel like you can't do it? You've done it before, so
You just
it's
gotta
weird.
do what Nike says and just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. It's Nike and Shia LaBeouf once said. Shia LaBeouf, you know.
The beef.
Do it.
Shia the beef.
Shia the Beef.
Yeah.
Does
Isn't
he
that like
have some meats?
what is that? Isn't that French? La beef?
I think so.
La
Seems
beef,
French. It's spelled.
French.
You'd know more than
That's
me.
the beef. I don't know French.
Yeah, no, you're not in the area of Canada that's like French
No,
Canadian, right?
no.
No. Do you guys
That's East
still?
Coast.
Do you still like? I know Squeegee and Friday were both telling me that they like throughout school you French is like taught as a second language.
It's
Is
either
it
French or
still where you are?
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Huh.
we in high school we could choose between French and well, we could choose between French, Spanish, and German.
Hmm.
I took Spanish and then I dropped out of Spanish. I don't think it's not like required. It was just like as long as again you had enough credits for high
Yeah.
school.
We I know it's in America it's weird because it's kind of dependent on every state, but like your most states you're like required to have a second language, but like I barely did at all. I did like a tiny bit of Spanish and I
Well,
do not
that's like
remember it at all.
when you think about school, I don't know, especially high school. It's like think about all of the things that you're learning. You're learning like how many different subjects,
Yeah.
and you're just
It's a
supposed to
lot.
like know them all.
Yeah.
Like math, you got like crazy sciences like chemistry and like physics. Then you got Spanish. Then you have what other? There's probably like social studies. What we had like history. There's like
Yeah.
other courses like, and then there's like now the new courses for kids in school now, or which is like computers and like coding and stuff like that. So like you're just supposed to know all of that stuff at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't think that's reasonable. I just really don't.
It's wild. Like I took I was homeschooled throughout fucking high school, and a lot of the like classes that I took at places, like there were a couple of classes that I took at places that were literal just like classes, but then there were a couple of them that were what are they called? It's called like dual enrollment, I think, where in high school you can take like college classes, and I took a college like chemistry class. Holy shit, it was a bad idea.
Oh
So
yeah.
not good. It's not good. Also, the doggo just
And it's
showed
just
up.
weird.
Hello.
Like if you're gonna be excelling at something, obviously something else is going to like take a hit.
Yeah.
Like you're not like I guess there are those one percenters that excel at all of the school classes, but I don't know. Like you got chemistry and French, and it's like those things are so crazy unless you're gonna be a chemist in France. It's just like it's such a weird combination of like classes that we have to take to
I get that
graduate.
they want you to have the basics, but it's still a lot for sure.
Yeah, like I don't know. I haven't used any of the stuff, especially like math. I know some math, but like you got a hard math problem, you just ask Google.
Dude, I was so I man. There was one math class that I had to take in college that I struggled was so hard that Shonen fucking basically tutored me for. It was awful. And Shonen, he brought it up recently. It was like, bro, you were so bad. And I was like, it's because I didn't take any fucking math classes in high school. I explained it, and he was like, oh, it makes a lot more sense as to why you're so stupid at that. But like, I literally took in high school, like, I think it was like pre-algebra, algebra 1, and like geometry, I think. And that was it. Like that I just didn't like my state or whatever did not require anymore. And that was not a good like that was not enough for me to be ready for college. But
I
I
forget. I
don't
remember like in grade 12, I had enough credits to graduate, and so I was in like auto body, like auto shop or whatever.
yeah.
And then
Oh
I just
cool.
wasn't feeling it, and then I like went to the guidance counselor to see like, do I have enough credits if I drop this class? And then she's like, oh yeah, for sure. And so I dropped the class, and so I only went to school every other day, and it was just like, oh
It's
my god, it was
awesome.
so fucking great. Went to the
Yeah, that's so
beach.
good.
It's like you're like
Yeah.
16, 17, you're just like going to the beach, and it was just so great, just the
That's like
best.
college. That feels like the first taste of college in this aspect because I've talked about this before, but college you do not realize like you're told all throughout high school that like college is gonna be so fucking tough and whatnot, but then you get there and you kind of start realizing like, oh, I don't actually have to go every day. Like I could just skip and it'll be fine. And then it
Yeah.
was like it's great. And then some classes assign you like books and you start realizing that like, oh, they don't ever you're supposed to read this. It says on the syllabus to read this, but then they never mentioned it. They
Again,
never
it's like it's
mentioned
such
it
a
once.
dated, like it's just it's so
Yeah.
ingrained in North America, especially like these schooling and how the schools are like structured, and they
Yeah.
only have 4 years and all
I
of the
mean,
stuff. And
even like Belmont, like by the time I was done with college, I did sort of appreciate the like the whole idea of being there for 4 years, but not even necessarily on a academic level, more just on a personal growth level. Like I think the experience of going to college for 4 years is very helpful and I do like the like originally I remember like my first year when they were kind of explaining the whole philosophy of like a 4-year college where you're learning kind of like the foundations of it, like the general ed's kind of like to get you to be a more well-rounded, educated person. I remember being like, "Oh, this bullshit," but like it's kind of fair. Like it's good
is
that
it
I
though?
did learn that I did go through some of those gen eds because it did kind of help with a basis of like I don't know logical thinking, which I didn't necessarily have until then, or like critical thinking.
But is that just being?
But
Is that just
yeah,
maturing in general?
yeah, I know, right? So it's like it's I feel like that's still part of like the personal growth thing and just kind of being challenged. It's not even necessarily what I learned. It was just kind of the like forcing you to challenge yourself. I don't know.
Hmm,
It's interesting. But yeah, college.
never going
It's pretty cool.
back.
You don't have to go. You don't have to go. You don't have to do it,
Never going
kids.
back to
We've
school.
talked about this before. Don't
You can
go.
go. You can go to. You
Drop
can go.
out
What is
right
it?
now.
What is?
Fury, are you listening to this?
What is
Drop
it
out of
called?
college.
It's called like
It's
auditing a
trade schools
class.
for 2 years. I know that.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of different with trade schools because you have to work so much and then you can go.
Hmm. I have a friend who went to trade school and he
But then
like is making like a lot more
it's
money than
only it's only like a couple of weeks out of the year for trade school though.
yeah.
At least here up
Yeah, I think
here.
so.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like I think I was making more doing sheet metal than I am now, but
Yeah.
it was a miserable fucking job.
Yup. Yup.
And you're
Yup.
just stuck with miserable older people, and it's just
Yeah.
always miserable, and it's
There's
never
lots of
fun
like
or
physical labor pays significantly more than you would think. Like physical
oh
labor
yeah,
pays a good bit, but then
because
it's like,
it's really like a necessity.
yeah.
Like when
And
you're
a
if
lot
you're
of people
building
don't want to do it
houses,
because it is so physically
buildings,
like backbreaking.
you're
Yeah.
building things that like you actually need. Like people need houses, whereas like a
Yeah.
creative field, it's creative. It's not like as a necessity as much as like a house. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can. That's how it can be like
I'm trying to
differentiated.
remember how my dad always described it. Cause like, which in hindsight, oh my god, I haven't thought about this in so long, and I probably have so many goddamn thoughts. Cause I'm sure this is probably a very Republican way of thinking. But like, he would say that like the reason why wages are set where they are is usually like defined on like how replaceable that job is, or like how many people would want to
Yeah,
do it, right? Um like I'm sure there are not too many people looking for those physical labor jobs because they are so like backbreaking
yeah,
and literally physically damaging a lot of the times for you and for the future, you know?
yeah.
Whereas like other jobs aren't as much. I guess I do somewhat agree with that stuff. Do
Because
I
like if
agree
you're
that that's how it should be? Maybe not, but
no, but
that
like
is
when they're like the bigger the business, the less they care about the individual person.
yeah.
They
Oh
care
my
about like
god.
the people that work for them so that the business can make money, but they don't care about like the individual person.
Yeah. Oh
And
my god.
that's
Oof.
never gonna change. And it just kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean that's just capitalism.
Yeah. And again,
Like,
it's like
oh my god,
unless
dude.
like
Working
aliens
for
come,
Walmart is the worst. That's been the worst reminder of that. It's so ridiculously corporate and it's
yeah.
kind of gross.
And it's like it's tough even like with other companies, and then they ask you like, oh well, like like where do you see yourself, or like how do you want to like give back to the company, or like they just want you to be so invested in the company when the company's like not invested in you, and you're like
Yep.
that's not, it's not a symbiotic relationship. It should be a
Yeah.
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
I'll give my all for a company that would do the same for me,
Yeah.
and that's how
Or
it should
even
be.
like care a little bit, you
Even
know?
just like, 50%.
A little bit. A little bit
I'll
of
meet
care.
you. I'll meet you at 75% down the road. Just give me 25. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
that's
asking.
all.
But it's
And they're
mostly
like,
like it's
"Nah,
like
fuck you."
95. It's like 95, and then 5 is like your paycheck, and then they think that your paycheck is like a favor. Like they're doing you a favor by
Yeah.
paying you for doing work for them.
Yeah.
That's big business.
It's great. It's great. But I don't know. I do like my current job, at least when it comes to like I might fucking take this back because they might not approve it. But I have yet to ever submit for like paid time off or PTO or like a vacation day and then not have it approved. Like and last time I submitted it, I think literally on Wednesday for that Friday. And she was like, "Yeah." So it's because it's such a corporate thing and because there are so many people in that position, it's not really too big of a deal to kind of like,
Yeah.
take one person out of the queue for the day. So I submitted it for Tuesday. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I hope it gets approved because fuck,
I've
Tuesday's
got
gonna be
Friday.
awesome.
I've got Friday and Monday off.
Dude, I was just playing a
So I
little
got
bit.
2 4 days.
I was just playing a little bit of Destiny myself, like just chilling here today, and did like a battleground in the actual battleground playlist, which I don't think I had done since it came out that first day, and I did one of them. And I was like as I was doing it, I was getting like seasonal challenges and shit, and I was like, oh, this is really good. I'm actually really fucking excited to play on Tuesday because like having all the like week one challenges and shit to go through, that'll be so fun. I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Destiny's a good video game. I don't know if you know this.
I
It's pretty
know.
fun.
I'm a little worried.
Hello, puppers.
I'm worried for this next season
How
because
come?
GMs are on June 22nd. We're gonna get this what is it? New 6-player match made activity
Yeah, Override, which there's
that
gonna be
will
3 of. Here,
that will
let's
get
we're swapping a Destiny talk. Get
that
excited.
will get very boring and repetitive after the first week.
Yeah, but like, what do you expect? You know what I mean?
I mean, I wanted to get better. I especially wanted to get better with like the storytelling, which I think that they've done, especially in this season.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Um, but it's just like there's not a lot of, I guess, not different stuff, but just
I just
I don't
pulled
know.
up in the
There's not going to be a lot of like challenging stuff at the very beginning, which kind of sucks.
Well, that's fair, but that's fair. They'll probably do that as it goes through. Let's see.
I think that they should just release GMs like
I'm
almost as
surprised that
soon as
they're not. Because isn't GMs literally just basically it's a difficulty option for strikes, right? For the Nightfall.
yeah.
Why do they wait? Why is it
I don't
not
know.
just there?
Well,
It's very odd.
before, because there was such a high power gap, so that like pretty much you wouldn't
Yeah, so
hit
that you can
1325
gotcha.
until like the nearing
Yeah,
the end
so
of
at
that
that point,
season.
it's like, wouldn't even be worth putting
But
it there.
now, this season, we only have to get to 1335.
Mm. I
So
was gonna ask about that. I have questions about how that's gonna work. Do we because originally what we knew, like how seasons normally go, is when a season comes out, it increases the power gap by 50, and then at the end there's a 10. There's
mhm,
like a like this time it's 1300 to 1310 little gap there that is filled by pinnacles. It's powerfuls up until then, and then it's pinnacles. And then but this time, what they said a while back was that it's going to be basically just 10. It's like just a 10 increase.
yeah.
So, like, how is that going to work? Because I was
Oh, it's just
thinking
your
about that
pinnacles.
in the shower the other day. So, is everything that is now a powerful, are they just like
No, the powerfuls will stay
removing
the
that?
same. The pinnacles will stay the same. So everything will be the same.
But at the moment, like right now, the way that it worked in the last season, we had a reason to do powerfuls for a good bit of time and then pinnacles. But there's no if it just goes up from 1310 to 1320 and is the only thing that increases you from 10 to 20 pinnacles?
Yes.
Because at that point, do why do powerfuls exist?
Well, for people who are just starting the game.
Is it gonna be 1260 to 1310 is the powerful like gap,
I
I
don't know.
guess.
I don't know what it's gonna be like
Like
below.
there's a little bit of like I'm honestly gonna be excited to see how that kind of works on Tuesday. Cause like we know the general
It's just
idea.
gonna be
There's
exactly the
some
same that it is
details.
now.
But I
So
mean
like
very
right now,
much
there's the EXO challenge, there's the raid, there's prophecy, there's strikes, crucible, gambit, and then the 2 exotic missions. So there's 9 pinnacles. Well, there's more than 9 because of the raid has 4.
yeah.
And then we're gonna get one more pinnacle with the new mission whenever that comes out.
Which is fucking
It's
what's
like
it
the week
called? The weekly
after.
pinnacle mission?
Yeah.
Is that it? Then that's on May 25th. Weekly pinnacle.
Yeah. So it's like after the raid and everything.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you're gonna have like 9 pinnacles, and that's if you'll only get there if you're like 1310 already.
Yeah. It's just odd. I was literally thinking in the shower like the other day where I was thinking if it acted like it did now, like I forgot about the whole 10, how they're changing it to just 10. And in my head, I was like, oh, why am I doing all this grinding? Because on Tuesday, they're just gonna make it so that the soft cap is 1300 and everything's gonna drop. And then I was like, no, it's not gonna be like that because they're changing it. So I don't know.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be like for the people
Yeah.
below like 1310 and 1300.
Yeah. I mean, I could see them literally just changing it to where it's 1260 now instead of 1250 for the powerful like period there.
Yeah.
And or I mean what I was thinking was in my head I was like, I mean, are you just going to say fuck it and take out powerfuls and just
No.
have pinnacles and then have everything drop to 1300 or 1310? Like I don't
No.
know. Probably not.
There's still gonna be powerfuls. They would have
That'd be a big change.
Yeah, they would have at least said like
Would have
that they're
talked about
getting rid
that.
of powerfuls and prime engrams.
Yeah.
Um, but those are still going to be a thing, and it's just going to be so if you're 1310 on Tuesday, you just have to do pinnacles, and it'll just be
I
like
will
plus
not
twos,
be.
and that's it.
And I will not be 1300
But
either.
see, that's why I'm like
I'll be
June
closer.
22nd. That's a long ways away to wait to do GMs, and we only have to get so we get to 1320, and then you just have to raise your artifact to plus 13
Also, I'm
or
surprised
15.
GMs are not actually on the roadmap. That's weird. Not on like the graphic for it. I know they
No,
talked about it. But it's weird. Yeah, starting June 22nd, Grandmaster Nightfalls become
yeah.
available. Also, okay, I was gonna ask you because I
Okay,
want
before
to.
you ask me, You, think of your question. I'm gonna run to the bathroom again because I have the
Okay.
world's smallest bladder. But construct your question.
I'll write it in an essay form. I figured it was a good idea for me to do so as well.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't really pee much, but got that, So the question is about adept weapons, because I don't know what they are in Destiny 2. I have no idea.
The only way you will know is if you do GMs.
You should tell me though. Like, what are they? I know that they're weapons. I know that they're legendary weapons. So here's what I do know, because Dragons told me about this. In Nightfalls now, they basically started adding in like certain legendary weapons, and like every week they'll rotate in and out, which is cool. Because at first I was a little confused because the way Dragons worded it, I was thinking it was like Destiny 1 where certain strikes had certain weapons, you know what I mean? But he's like, no, they just like say this week is this weapon. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, that's cool. I like that.
Because there's like six Nightfalls, and there'll only be 3 rotating weapons.
There's 6 Nightfalls?
Yeah. Each season there'll be 6 Nightfalls. Like 6 different strikes that are Nightfalls.
Oh, just from the just with the timing. Like there's only 6 weeks, right, in a season?
No. They'll just
then why are there only 6?
They rotate
because there's more strikes than 6 strikes.
Yeah, but then with Grandmasters, they're like to get Conqueror, you have to do the 6 Nightfall. They're just like there's 6 each season. There's always been just 6, because then they rotate them in and out, so they're not always the Nightfall.
Oh, well, that's kind of sad. Why not just do all the strikes? Like Destiny 1 did all the strikes. Because like you're missing out on strikes. You're repeating them. I know it's not a big deal, but why not just do a different one?
Then to Conquer, you have to get all of the strikes.
No, I mean you can still set like 6 or whatever. It's just weird that.
But like you have to get each individual one. Like for Conqueror, you have to like beat Insight Terminus. You have to beat Fallen Saber, and that's like a triumph.
Interesting. Okay, so, I mean, I guess that's fair. On a triumph perspective, I guess that's. But
even in
in
Destiny 1, we didn't have like seasons where like the meta sort of changes. So even though old strikes are going to be coming back as GMs this next season, we're going to have different artifacts. We're going to have different mods that go on different weapons. So the meta is different for GMs than they were before.
I guess maybe in general with Nightfalls and GMs, they're probably like a lot more curated. Like Bungie probably does take those 6 and like look at them and make sure that it does work well. You know what I mean?
That
would make sense as to why it's only 6 then.
Like with the Proving Ground strike, you can get insta-killed by a rock in a GM.
Nice.
And I've seen it happen to 2 people while they're doing solo runs. After 2 hours in that GM.
On that, 'cause I don't play GMs,
but that's the thing. So if you want an adept weapon, you have to do a GM.
Yes, but I just want to know what they are.
So they're better.
Because in Destiny
they're better weapons, and they can have adept mods. So adept mods drop from GMs as well.
Interesting.
And you can only put them on adept weapons.
Oh, okay.
So there's like ones called like you can increase your range, reload speed, charge time, all of like the.
So basically, it's kind of like just kind of like adds even more stats to your like legendary gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can have.
I like that.
You can put the mods on.
Because I was thinking
GMs are literally the best thing in this game. Like
when they first started talking about adept. How dare you? Raids are amazing.
No, like when now, they don't have like until they start putting the difficulty option in raids,
which I want to talk about because I don't fully.
Right now, raids are like it's like running a 6-man strike.
When you know the mechanics.
Yeah,
but as somebody who has done it multiple times, you will know the mechanics, but it still takes a while to get there.
Just like the difficulty of it, though, it doesn't really. It's just not
Yeah.
there. The like with
Well,
in
that's fair
proving grounds,
because even
in the proving grounds GM, you have to be like, if you run like with a good team, you like swap supers and you be like, okay, I'm gonna take out the left sniper, you take out the right sniper. Okay, those are done. We take out the tanks. Like you have to actually like coordinate with your team. Whereas like most of the
well,
encounters in
you know
the
what's
raids,
oh man.
you run over the enemies because
Yeah,
you're
I'm
on
just kind of
level.
thinking, yeah, well, okay. Here's the kind of the sad fact I'm now realizing is that like there are multiple raids in the game. There's fucking Garden,
There's three.
Last Wish, and Deepstone Crypt, right? Like I
Yeah.
guess that's it. And then but like Last Wish is fucking what, 1100, I guess, right? Light or power.
Oh, I don't even know.
I imagine it's 1100, which is like the base that you start
Probably,
at as a
yeah.
free player. And then Shadowkeep's or for yeah, the Garden one
Shadowkeep's
in
probably like
Shadowkeep is
1060.
probably 12 something maybe, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't go lower than 1100 because you start there as a free player.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably just a little bit higher. And then even Deepstone Crypt, what is Deepstone Crypt? It's what,
I don't
1300?
think it's 13. I
Or
think it's
not
12.
30, 12,
1250? 12, no,
1250?
1240,
I'm
something like
curious.
that.
But it came out at a time when the power was significantly lower. And they did not, as seasons go, they didn't update it. Like it's still
No, they
there.
never. That's the thing. They
They never
never
do that.
update, but they're doing that like in the fall/winter. They said that they're gonna have
That's
legendary.
interesting.
It was either like they're gonna have difficulties for raids and dungeons.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I remember that being a big complaint in Destiny 1 as well, right? Like when we played let's say Taking King, when King's Fall was the raid, but here's the big difference. When King's Fall was the raid, um that was the raid for like that year. Like I
Yeah.
think there might have been like one update like halfway through the year that maybe increased power, but I don't think anything really increased power
No, but
like
we just had like
throughout the
hard. We
year.
had hard mode, which they should have brought
Yeah,
back
and
hard
then
mode for Destiny 2, where it's like you
I'm just
you
kind of thinking
can't you
about
can't revive.
like when that raid was current, it was hard because we weren't over leveled, and I don't think that we were over leveled for a while, like because content didn't come out like it does now in Destiny 2. You know what I mean? So
I think we
like,
were like at the cap
I feel like
within like a month.
yeah, but even then it was like it was harder than Deepstone is now because, we're significantly higher light than it. You know what I mean?
No, but you'll always be on par. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like no matter what.
Here,
So
let
like if
me
you're
let
on
me pull
par
this.
for well, I don't know with Destiny 1 numbers, but like whenever
Yeah,
you're
I
on
mean,
par with, or whenever you're above the light, you're just on par. You can never like over level in Destiny.
oh yeah. But like the amount of time that we were like not, I guess not on par, but the amount of time that in Destiny 1 all of us were like at the point of struggling in King's Fall was significantly longer than any time I've ever been in Destiny 2 with any
Yeah.
raid. So like
It was a more
the
difficult raid. It's more difficult than any raid in Destiny 1 or Destiny 2.
and even just I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a leveling perspective. Like we were like it was hard because we were trying to stay alive, not just because of the mechanics. Like shit hit hard and like it did for a long time. Whereas like I mean, we ran Deepstone Crypt last night and it was fine. When it comes
It's
to the light,
laughable.
it was
It's
fine. It
I
was
don't know about
definitely not like
fine.
I'm
Like
going to die. I have to be very careful. It was definitely not that, you
it's
know?
just not. It's contest mode for Deepstone Crypt was, and I remember Dado tweeting that out, saying like
Yeah.
contest mode is what raids should be, and then
Yeah.
contest should be even harder than what it was.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, like and contest wasn't that hard. Like the enemies, they just took a couple more hits, but you actually had to be sort of careful with like your positioning. Like yeah, last night I was just running
Yeah.
around. I'm like this guy, a couple of snipers shoot me. I'm fine. It's not
I
it doesn't
want to
feel like a raid. It
Yeah.
feels like
And
a
what I was
strike.
the reason why I'm comparing it to D1 is because in D1, most of the time, whenever I did raids, it was we need to be careful about positioning. Like, I was gonna be like, oh, maybe it's because I didn't play as much. No, I played significantly more Destiny 1. So, like, if there was any time I would be over leveled, it would be in D1, that a lot more than in D2. But we weren't. Like, there was something about the way they released the raids and with the power, the way that they upped power as well, and the speed at which they did that, that was better when it comes to the raid being difficult. Because yeah, I mean, whenever we raided, most of the time it was like you got to be careful. Like you can't fucking step out of a certain spot or you'll get one hit by a knight or
I
shit
still just
like
think
that.
like
Like
the mechanics, especially of King's Fall, just like trump a
King's Fall
lot.
mechanics were harder too, for sure. That's very
Like they
true.
trump so much.
King's Fall was very
Yeah.
specific of like King's Fall was probably the one raid out of all of them that like if you don't do exactly this thing and stand in exactly this place, like, and move a little bit, it's like, now you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of hard to
And then like
like
King's Fall on
recover.
hard mode where if you die you can't res, like that stuff
Yeah.
was so
Yeah,
good
that's true.
because either then like you had to clutch, somebody had to clutch at like the last minute,
Yeah.
or you had like obviously you had self res warlocks and stuff like that. There was just so many different things, and it's really hard to compare. It
Yeah.
is like two very different types of games.
Yeah. When it comes to the raid difficulty. And I didn't really realize that now that I'm thinking about them both, like for sure. That's interesting. And dude, like I am very excited for that for like a raid difficulty like that they're adding. That's interesting. I was going to ask about that too because we know how they're doing VOG. I'm excited about that. I have a group of 6 people. We're gonna do it. It's on a Saturday. We're gonna try our best. We're just
Good
gonna try our
good
best.
luck to you.
Thank you. We're gonna need it, you know?
I'm
Um,
This is going to be the first time that I've watched since
oh, I'm
Scourge.
excited. Yeah.
I haven't
Are
I've
you gonna
like
do it with a group? I figured you were gonna do it with a group.
no, cuz it's VOG. It's not like it's
That's why I want to do it even more.
no,
I
but it's
know
like
it.
it's
It's
not like
my
world's
boy.
first. It's not like I don't want to like discredit the race, but it's just I don't have that connection with VOG that most
That's
people
fair.
do, I guess.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess
I'm
mine
just
would
fucking
be King's
excited.
Fall.
I'm excited out of nostalgia. Like I was already excited out of nostalgia, just like Vault of Glass is coming back. I was like, dope, I'm gonna play it. But then them announcing how the world's first race works, I'm like, that just seems fun. Like as somebody who played VOG like 40 times and
To
really
beat it
liked it,
twice
I'm like,
though,
that seems like it'll be a fun time.
that's going to be
It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be fun.
I
Like
don't know, but
the challenges.
yeah, I
I think that's gonna be interesting to see what they put in for that.
but I think like they should have it's weird that they're doing it in two separate runs.
I think that's even cooler. It's like you gotta beat it once and then go back in because
Oh,
people have done VOG so many goddamn times
yeah,
that
but it's
like
gotta be.
they're gonna
This
have
is the
to.
thing. This is what I think is that like it's going to be different
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be, dude. It has to
because
be
like
super different.
then it's not even. It wouldn't be like that. It's not going to be like that difficult.
Yeah. Well, I think what they're gonna do when it
Like
comes
enemies
to
wise, it's not going
making
to be
it.
that difficult.
See that's where I was gonna say. I think what they're gonna do when it comes to changing it, because they're gonna have to change it a lot for the gear that people have in Destiny 2 and the abilities and shit. Like, I don't think they're gonna change a lot mechanically. I think that it's gonna be a shit ton of like champions and unstoppable dudes
No.
and overload dudes. I hope not.
In
But
raids, we have there's like 2 to 3 in each encounter, or
yeah,
in
but
like
I don't know, I
2
think it's gonna be
encounters.
different. I honestly hope they change mechanics. I think that'd be cool.
I think they have to like the one like okay, 1300 is the like the max that you can be for the raid.
Yeah.
They're
And I
not going to
think
have
they
anything.
said
They're not going to have anything go past 1320
yeah.
because that's the cap of the season.
Yeah.
So at the last boss, 1320 enemies are going to be shooting you, and that's only 20
Yeah.
levels. That's only 20 levels above you.
That
That's nothing.
sounds like a lot to me, but all right.
GMs I'm
Actually,
pretty
no,
sure
that's
are GMs I'm pretty sure are 40.
yeah, when it comes to even just like doing like when I was playing Beyond Light and doing like story missions and running into enemies like above me, it's not that bad. So
Yeah, that's why like they're not
I
going to
don't know.
be it's just not going to like have the same they're not going to have enemy density like in what is it? Devil's Lair. I think they have to change mechanics or else it's just going to be the thing what they should have done.
I want them to. I'm down with that. That sounds cool.
I think they should have
like that sounds fun.
they should have Final Fantasy VII remaked Vogue, especially because it's
They
a
might.
season of the Vex. It's not the actual Vogue. They're doing something with it, and like things are like they shouldn't have anything like
Oh
positioned
yeah, I
almost in
see.
the same sort of like areas. Like enemies shouldn't spawn in the same areas.
It's very odd with like with just come when it comes to like theorizing about it and like thinking about what they're gonna do to it because the way that they've talked about it is that they are gonna try their best to do a very faithful recreation, at least when it comes to visuals from the like glimpses that we've seen of it. It does look like very visually the same kind of thing.
Well, that's the
But
thing.
they've
Like,
also talked about how it is going to be different because it has to be different. So it's very
like
weird. I'm like,
they're not
how
just like
different?
taking it from Destiny 1 and then
No,
save
definitely
as
not.
like they literally have to make
Yeah.
everything again because it's a different engine,
Wow.
everything. So they have the opportunity to change a lot of the things.
Yeah. And I just
And
they have to. The game is so different. Like they got to. Like I was watching some footage of VOG and even just thinking back on it, it really is like the opening section is you stand on 3 plates and kill enemies that come at you
yeah.
until they die. And like Dragons was pointing out, you can just wither horde the spawns. You have 2 people in each section, just wither horde the spawns.
Or
And
just
it's fine.
anarchy. You do a
Yeah, I
triangle
mean,
and
anarchy is
anarchy.
even better than that. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna
That's the
be
thing.
interesting.
There's a lot of different mods. We have like crazy mods. We have crazy gear. I don't know.
I don't, so we'll see how that goes.
It's
But I'm excited.
it'll be
I'm
a
excited to see
fun
what they do, and I'm
time.
also excited to see what they do with the challenges too. That's why I wanted to be sure to be there and to try and do it with contests because one, I've never actually done a contest mode in Destiny, so it's like if there's any time for me to do it, it's multi-class. And then two, I do want to see what they do with the challenges thing. I think that'll be cool just to see what that even
But you gotta
is.
beat it
I
first.
know. We gotta beat it first. We gotta beat it first, then go back in. But also, so on here, they
So
have the
get ready for like a 12 to 14 hour day.
oh, I know. I was like, y'all gotta be poor dragons. Dragons, it starts at like 1 a.m. for him. I was like, bro, you're gonna have to like fuck up your sleep schedule beforehand. He's like, I plan on it. Jeez. But so looking at the roadmap here, VOG is May 22nd. And then June 15th, it says Vault of Glass raid challenges. So that's when they said that those challenges that come after contest mode, they said that they were going to be releasing them later. So that's
Yeah.
that, June 15th. But then on, where is it? Fucking July 6th. I didn't even see this when I first looked at it. It says Vault of Glass difficulty options.
Yeah.
So I guess, is this like the beginning of what you were talking about for the fall?
Yeah, because they've been saying that they were doing this for. They were saying they were going to do it for like Witch Queen, but then Witch Queen got pushed. So then they're still I think doing that kind of stuff.
That's one part where I was like, that's interesting. I don't think they've talked like a ton about what exactly that is.
Again, like yeah. So here's the thing. It's like, okay, yes, the difficulty option, but it's in what did you said, July?
July 6th, yeah.
So where everybody's gonna be 1320.
Dope.
So then what is this is my only thing is like I guess just for the triumphs. Like there's not you're not gonna get you're gonna get an extra drop, but it's gonna be at level that you already are. Unless there's like adept. They're gonna have adept. That's the only thing.
Adept Fatebringer, let's go. I mean, Age of Triumph had adept Fatebringer, but it was different.
It was an exotic, yeah.
Yeah. Man,
that's the only thing is if they change the actual weapons, because like right now when you do challenges in Deepstone Crypt, you just get another drop, and it's just like woohoo.
It's like okay.
It's not. There's no real reason to do the challenges if you've already done them.
I hope so. The one thing when it comes to VOG that I'm also super interested in is the gear, because they've talked like nothing about the gear in an official capacity. Like a couple of the employees have said a few things on like Twitter or like in interviews and like basically hinting that they're bringing back the guns, but like they haven't said. So like that's gonna be.
I mean,
weird.
the gear is gonna be the gear. It's not gonna be like game breaking.
No, it can't be. But
It's not
again,
gonna be
it
that.
can't
It's
be the
gonna be.
same thing either. Like I was playing with Ace of Spades in PvE a couple days ago, and I was like, yeah, I forgot. Ace of Spades is literally just the better Facebringer. So like, what are they gonna do?
But Ace of Spades is an exotic.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, like, if you use Fatebringer, then you would still have room for an exotic over
Yeah,
Ace of Spades. Also, Ace of Spades is mostly a PvP weapon.
sure.
Oh yeah.
But it is also pretty good for trash mobs because you just hit them in the head and it's a big old explosion. And then you got the Memento Mori is pretty good with damage. I don't know, it's
Sure.
fun.
Sure.
It's a fun
sure.
one to use in PV. But the other thing, it's just I'm gonna be very interested to see what
Don't
they
be.
do with that because
Don't
Fatebringer
be
doesn't.
too.
There are
Don't
hand cannons that have dragonfly.
think
So,
about the guns that are in Deepstone Crypt. You're just gonna get another of those. There's nothing gonna be like, this is the gun that you need from the raid. Oh my god, it is insane.
yeah,
Like,
it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be that. They're just gonna be more
Not
weapons.
gonna be that. I don't think it can be. I don't think
Why?
it can be because like so many people are gonna be upset if you do
Nobody's
that.
gonna care.
You can't do that. Oh my god, what are you talking about? People are excited as fuck about VOG, and part of it is the weapons. Part of like the excitement and the nostalgia is from the weapons. And I'm not saying I expect it to be insane. I don't expect it to be insane, but I expect it to at least be a tiny bit better than like it's good.
None of Destiny 2 raid weapons, like excluding exotics, Destiny
Yeah.
2 raid weapons, none of them have been like the chef's kiss weapons. They never have been. It's always been like either the trials stuff, the nightfall stuff,
you gotta do it, man. I don't know. Even if they're not, it's okay. I'm just excited to see all of it. Like I have like for some weird reason I have very low expectations where I'm just like, hey man,
it doesn't sound like
if
you have
it's
very
vault the
low
glass,
expectations.
But no, this is what I want. I don't expect it. It's what
You
want. I
kind of
want
do.
them to be
You
just
kind of do.
a little better than good. But like, no, it's weird. I don't really expect that. Like, if they came out and were literally like, if Fatebringer was just a hand cannon with Dragonfly, I'd be like,
well, it's going to be random rolls. So it's not necessarily going to be.
You can't do that.
What do you mean?
No. You can't. That's not Fatebringer then. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. You have to do something that is relatively faithful, at least in idea. Like, it's got to be something.
When have they done?
They've never done anything like this, really.
Yeah, so there's no precedent for it, and it's weird to just have like a gun that's just like.
I mean, Shadow Price. That's a gun that was in Destiny 1, came back. Like,
yeah, but
Hung Jury.
But it never.
If they bring back Hung Jury and it doesn't have Dragonfly, that's gonna be weird.
It's not going to. You're gonna because if it's just gonna drop with that, then you don't have to run that encounter and get that gun again because you have it. There were no like with the raid weapons. I think in Destiny 1, it wasn't random. Fatebringer was always just Fatebringer, wasn't it?
I think so. I think there were aspects. Actually, I don't know.
No, I don't think.
I was gonna say I think parts of them were random,
because then they sunset like all of the year 1 stuff in Destiny.
Yeah, because
Destiny
they
1.
were so good.
So now we don't have sunsetting. We don't have we have like random rolls. They're not just gonna have. Yeah. You'll have like your what is it? I forget. What's the word? Curated rolls.
Yeah.
You'll have that. Then that might drop with Fatebringer, would drop with Firefly. But like you're gonna have like these guns are gonna drop with random rolls. That's just Destiny 2.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. What I expect is like a level of like respect, and I think they're gonna give that. I think they're gonna have that.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think people are going to be disappointed.
I think so too. That's why I'm trying not to get like, I'm trying not to have exact expectations of like, oh, this is going to be exactly this way. Like, I'm trying to just go in. Basically, what I'm expecting is a vault of glass. And
Well,
like,
I don't
cool,
know if
I'm
you'll get that either.
down. Shit, bro. Fuck.
But then that's
Yeah.
the thing is like when the contest mode is off, then to run that and you're just gonna be at par, it's just gonna be
That sounds awesome.
really.
I'm not in it there for the crazy difficult options. I will say,
It just
like,
gets
after
to me.
talking about,
It gets like boring after a while because it's just like
and that's fair, but I haven't been playing. So I'm like, I'm just having
yeah.
fun. Like for me right now, honestly, I'm just having fun. Like, just like with the formula of the game of like seasonal challenges, that's gonna be fun to like knock that out in week one, hopefully. And like I'm just excited to like play. Like I haven't played the game in a long time, so I'm just having a good time. I'm getting like
That's
gear
the
again. I'm like, ooh, look at these perks. I'm like adding on mods and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's fun. I just haven't played in a while, so it's good. And usually whenever I do hop in, it's like that where I'm like, oh, what are all these new things? You know, show me the new things. Also, I was gonna say, did you see on Twitter, Bungie tweeted out like I think it was like an image where basically for next season, they're like adding something onto the helm, which is
oh
cool.
yeah.
I was like, oh, I like that. I like that it's not a new area or whatever. You know, you have the helm and then now there's this other fucking place. It's like in
That's
there. I'm like,
well,
oh,
like
cool.
when the helm came out like this last season, it was kind of like clear that they were like this is gonna be like the war room that was like sort of under in Destiny 1. And then
Yeah,
we're building rooms and we're building things and then like when the Witch Queen comes like that's like the headquarters for everything kind of
cool.
thing. Cuz like the
I
tower
like
is
it.
just like where we like the guardians like get some stuff, but like the helm is where we like prepare missions and do kind of that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Fucking
I'm excited
um
for Mass Effect. I'll be
yeah,
stopping
when
to play
does that?
Destiny on
When does that?
May what is it? 14th? Is this Friday? Whatever this
Oh
Friday is.
wow. Dude, I actually have a lot to be excited about now that I think about it. Shit.
So
I might
I'll play Destiny for a little bit, but then it's Mass Effect. Like I could
yeah, then you're on that aspect. That's fair.
I'll knock out all my
Fair.
pinnacles
14.
in like the first 2 days, and then I'm like, okay, well, nothing to do.
Oh my god. Let's see.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Mass
crazy.
Effect.
Dude, Mass Effect looks cool. I might get that. I probably won't. Or maybe I don't know. I'm
You won't
sorry. I
play
don't
it.
have time.
You
I
will
know, I know. It's
you
like I
will
might
not
get
play
it.
it.
Will I play it?
The
No.
first one is at minimum 20 hours, and that's if you know what you're doing.
No, I'm not.
Then the other ones are longer, and that's still no if
I'm
you know what
sorry.
you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. In a dream world, you know, I just fucking sit there in a cabin with my dog eating goldfish,
You just have to
playing video
you
games.
just have to like decide to do it. Like instead of playing Destiny that night, you play
Yeah,
Mass
I'm
Effect.
not gonna make that choice. I'm sorry.
So, so it's not like you couldn't play the games. It's the choice not to.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. At the moment, I'm choosing not to,
Yeah.
and I apologize because I know everybody loves them.
That's
I
like
will say,
I gotta
dude,
try and finish Resident Evil before Tuesday, which I
have
don't know if I
you
will.
like gone through like how far are you in that?
So I streamed. I actually streamed. Holy shit, it was
Hey.
crazy on Friday. Streamed for like 4 hours, and I got past like the probably like I don't know if that's halfway. I don't want to like say it with spoilers,
Yeah.
but like I like
How
got
long
past
did you say? How
the
many hours?
castle. I played for like 4ish, and I think it's like
I'm
10 hours to
curious.
beat.
Resident Evil Village on howlongtobeat.com says main story 8.5 hours. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
probably about half.
that's not good then.
Yeah,
I
I've heard
it's
some
weird.
meh things about that game.
I love the aesthetic of it. I love the area. I love how it feels. I love everything about it. I love like the looks. But then it's like this
Yeah.
isn't a Resident Evil game. I played 4 hours and I didn't see a single zombie.
I
Did
mean,
not fight
isn't
zombies.
there's no zombies in 7, right?
Yeah, there are.
Was there?
Yeah, there's
I don't
lickers.
think I've gotten there at that point. Oh, wait, no, I have. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
even
remember.
so like I don't know if like the zombie, but like at the very beginning. Well, I don't know if this is really well. We know that there are werewolves and vampires in this game. I forgot that there are
Big tall
werewolves.
vampire lady.
I forgot that there are werewolves, and so when they show up, I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, there's werewolves in this game. But I'm like, wait, this is Resident Evil. Like, there's no. I just miss the days of, and that's just me like liking the older games where it was like the T virus and the G virus, and they create zombies and that's kind of that kind of stuff. But this is just like I'm in a village and there's werewolves. There's a big vampire lady, and I cut my hand, or no, she cut my hand off.
Nice.
And then I poured some water on it, or I guess rubbing alcohol. Sorry. And
you
then
do the
in
oil
frame,
thing, and now you're all healed.
in frame, he's like he pours the water on, or the alcohol, takes his hand because he still has his other hand.
Yep, and then like
puts it on, and then you just watch his hand do this, and then it's like, and I'm like, oh my god, get the fuck out of here.
7 100% does that, and it's so funny. I remember watching that for the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess my hand's back on.
She like cut it clean off too, and then it was, oh man, I was so upset.
That's a video game thing that you gotta just accept.
But like, I could be behind it if they said some sort of explanation or something. But like, he didn't even like, didn't wrap it up, didn't tie it. He literally put like the stuff that you heal yourself with.
Yep.
And then he just stuck it back on. It was a clean cut.
Yeah.
And then I think he said something too. He's like, "Oh yeah, good as new" or something. And I'm just, that was.
Is it?
It was so.
Is it?
But it's not that scary. It's more creepy and disturbing. A little too easy. I don't know.
I watched a kind of funny podcast or Gamescast where they talked about it, and like Tim really liked it. Greg was like, no, didn't really like it. Brittany was like, it's fine. Blessing's like,
and she's like the Resident Evil lady.
Yeah, and that was kind of
that's the thing. Is like, yeah, it's a fun game. I just almost wish that if they just called it Village.
Yeah.
And didn't have Resident Evil 8. Didn't have Resident Evil tied to it. They could have done anything.
Some tie-ins later, you know.
Hopefully. I want to try and finish. I'm going to try and play like the whole thing on stream.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
What's your scare counter up to?
3. The first one was bullshit. I was like crouched, and I didn't know that I was crouched. And this is at the very beginning of the game. And I like uncrouch, and there were like dead crows hanging above that I probably would have seen if I wasn't crouched the whole walk through like the forest. Yeah. And I just like stand up, and there's like a dead crow like right in front of my face. Nice. But then there were other times where I'm like, okay, she's gonna come through that door, and then she comes through the door, and I'm like, oh man, this is too predictable. I don't like that. There were other times when, because like that's what I loved about 2 and 3, the remakes, was like Mr. X could show up at any time. Same with what's his name, Nemesis. But with the vampire lady, I knew that like, oh, she's gonna be one of those wandering enemies.
Yeah.
But then there were times when I would literally like walk into a room, and I would see her walking up the stairs, and she didn't turn around to come after me. She just kept on walking. And I'm like, this isn't scary. I'm like, I can just go about this. We just like bump into each other. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. And she just lets me go. There's a little, it's not, I don't know. It was funny. Also, there's times when you're like, because she has 3 daughters. And, you know, the daughters, good looking. They're not bad looking.
I mean, people
and
were
they're vampire daughters.
Vampire lady.
And so,
Resident.
There were times when like, you have to fight the daughters, and like, I'm like, I don't want to kill you. I'm like, can we talk this out, please?
I want to look up the daughters. Are they also? Bad. Yeah, they're also murderous though.
Yeah, they just come after you. Nice. There was one part they like stick a hook through your
Nice.
hand
Hell yeah.
and like hang you up. And what Ethan does is he pulls his hand directly
Of
down.
course. Of course he
Same
does.
hand that gets cut off, by the way.
Yeah.
But like, so there's a cut from like the middle of the hand all the way to release the hook, and then you just pour some rubbing alcohol on it.
Yeah, he does.
I want this is what this is what I predicted is that at the end of the game we're gonna find out that Ethan's half like vampire or something. That's why he could heal the whole time.
RE7 does all of this, dude. This is a thing.
It's just it's something.
It's silly. Yeah. Dude, okay, one other thing I'm trying to think video game wise. I've mentioned this before. Rogue Company season 2 happening on Tuesday as well. New game mode, new characters, gonna be cool. But also I bought a PS5. I keep forgetting that.
Nice.
And it's supposed to be here on Tuesday. So like that's a thing too. So yeah. That's pretty cool. I'll probably finally play Miles. I mean, the 2 PS5 games that I really wanted to play was Miles Morales and fucking Astrobot, like the tie-in thing or the packaging game. Another one that I was like, man, that would actually be nice just to like sit on my couch and chill with is a game that I haven't played in a long time. But I was like, I could re-download Genshin Impact. And I could just pick up my save because it's the same thing.
You played on PS5?
Cross save. Have I played on PS5
or PS4?
No, but it's cross save. I'm pretty sure it's just not cross play. It's cross play between. I'll have to look.
Where did you start your account?
I started on PC.
So I don't think you can.
I thought it was cross save.
It's cross save on anything except for.
But that's what I'm saying. I thought it was cross save everywhere and
except for PlayStation
play everywhere.
No.
But no, I thought it was cross save everywhere, but cross play was the thing that was not PlayStation. I'll have to look it up.
Because
that was true.
No. You looked that up. I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Okay. Okay. It's the other way around. There's cross play. You can play with people on PC, but you can't.
Nobody cross plays Genshin because you gotta stack of 4 anyways. So there was like really no point with cross play, even with like the higher difficulty stuff. But yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Because I was thinking that would be perfect to like chill on the couch and do that, and then maybe sometime. Oh man.
Just wait until it comes to Switch.
But the PS5 is 60 frames because like I actually wanted
Switch will be. It's not
PS4
like that.
Is not. PS4 struggles. PS4 struggles even with 30. Like it's like framey. Yeah, I was originally now that I think about it, god damn it, yeah, because I've been through this before. Because I was originally going to do that with PlayStation 4 and PC, and discovered this like a year ago. Damn, fuck, but I forgot. I was
like
they'll be
cross save with Switch, I bet.
Maybe yeah,
because that was like the whole thing with Apple versus Epic this whole week that's been going on, and there was something that said. Wasn't it something came out that it showed that Sony charged Epic for like to put in crossplay or something like that. So like Sony was getting a bad rap, which makes sense.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too when it comes to Destiny originally, because I was like, that would be really nice to just like sit on my couch. It's not crossplay yet still, but it's cross save. I could like grind and chill there, and it's 60 frames now that I'll have a PS5. And then I was like, but I'll have to buy everything again. Fuck.
Is it 60 on there? I thought there's no upgrade yet.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that happened a while back.
I can't remember.
It didn't come out originally with Beyond Light like it was supposed to, but I think it's out now. The only thing I don't know. I don't know if there's an FOV slider. That's the only thing. I know it's 60 frames.
You can like get all of your stuff that's season pass adjacent or season pass included. You just can't do those activities. You can still have those guns. It's not like you're gonna. Yeah. So then you just do your bounties and shit or whatever.
Like strikes or gunsmith bounties, I could do that. You know, just chilling.
Or like
which is cool.
Any location because that's all free as well.
That's true. PS5 Destiny 2 FOV slider. Because I know it's 60 frames, but I don't know if it has a field of view slider.
I don't think it does.
Here's how to make sure you're playing the next gen PS5 version of Destiny 2, complete with enhancements like 4K visuals at 60 FPS and a field of view slider. Hell
Is
yeah.
there?
Yeah, it says that lets you
Huh.
increase the FOV up to 105. Good on them. Cause yeah, I remember when they were originally talking about like a next gen version. I was like, knowing Bungie, it's gonna be 60 frames, but they'll leave out the fucking FOV.
Huh.
But they didn't. But yeah, I'm excited about that. There's not too many games I want to play, honestly.
I just
It's
want to play
like,
Yuffie, and
yeah,
that's in
yeah.
June. I don't think I'll get one by then,
Oh,
but that's
that's
fine.
actually really. Now that I think about it, yeah. When I do play 7 now, I'll have like the upgraded version. I think.
Do
I
you own
think.
7?
Yes, not from the Plus. I actually bought 7 like
Then
a
yeah, I
while
think
back,
so.
so I should have that. So that'll be cool. But really just Spider-Man and Astrobot, and I kind of want to play Sackboy. I've heard really good things about like the Sackboy platformer, the
Isn't
3D
it like
platformer.
there's Returnal and Ratchet?
I was thinking about Returnal. I definitely want to get Ratchet. That's one that I'm like, oh, I'm glad I have it for that now because
Yeah.
that's the one that I do want. But I was thinking about Returnal, but I've been listening to people talk about it for the last like couple of weeks, and it sounds very much like a game that I would like, other than the saving and the lack of saving. So I'm like, I don't think that would work
Wasn't
for
it
me.
a roguelike?
It's a roguelike, and apparently the runs can be really long. Like you can have a run that's like 3 to 4 hours, and I was like, I don't play video games for 3 to 4
But
hours
can't you
at a
just put it to
time.
sleep like you could with PS4?
I mean, you can, but apparently that sometimes bugs out. Like sometimes you'll relaunch and it'll crash. And like it's scary.
Console gaming,
Yeah.
everybody.
Apparently, at one point, they put out a patch for it in the middle of the night, and everybody who had their runs saved in like rest mode woke up and they were gone. And I was like, damn, that's a bummer. So it's like I wish they would introduce some sort of. I know that it's a roguelike, but with saves that long. I mean, Hades actually saves. Fun fact. Like if you exit Hades, you'll come back up in that room, the same room you were in. So I don't know why they
Different
don't do it,
games.
but yeah.
All
But
games
if they
can't
do
do
introduce
what every
something
other
like
game
that,
does.
uh, it's true. But if they do introduce something like that, then I'll probably get Returnal because it seems very cool and like the gameplay looks like something I'd like. But until then, I'm like, oh, it's not worth it. But yeah, there's not too many, but it'll be nice to have. And yeah, I'm excited about that.
I want to
Lots
get
of cool things.
Biomutant at the end of the month because I've seen a lot
Yeah,
from on their Twitter that if you increase your intellect, your head gets bigger,
I saw that.
and if
Yeah.
you increase your charm, your character has like a little smirk.
Oh, I thought that was gonna go some complete other way.
What?
Thought you were gonna be like your dick gets bigger. Like I was
I don't
gonna
think
like,
it's that
damn.
kind of game. It looks really nice though. Like visually, it looks really cool. So
Yeah,
I
cool.
don't really know what the story is, but hopefully it's fun. And it's like a cheaper game too. So
Yeah. Have you heard of this game called Scavengers? That's a random
I have
thing,
it's like
but
free to play. It looks like it's like
yeah,
PvP, VE. And I'm like, I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
haven't really watched any gameplay, but I've heard a lot of people playing it. Like I know Gothalian's been playing it and really liking it. I think Glad played a little bit of it. I don't know, but I downloaded it just because I heard about it and I saw it was free and I was like, oh, I'll download. Will I try it? Maybe. Who knows?
It looks
Who knows?
okay if that's the kind of game that you're it's kind of like not a battle royale, but like a it's like a what is
I like that.
Tarkov.
That
It's like a
seems
Tarkov
interesting.
but
Yeah.
third person kind of stuff. And I'm
Tarkov's
like,
one of the games that I wish I could try, but like I would just need a lot more time. There's a lot in that
that
game
game
that's dating.
I could not touch that game
Yeah.
like ever. It just does like I don't understand it. I don't
Yeah. I've had
get like
people
the
explain it pretty in depth. That's the only reason why I was like, I think I might like it. But it
it's
seems
too much.
complicated even then. Yeah. It's a lot.
I've canceled my
Um,
Final Fantasy subscription for a little bit.
damn. For now,
Yeah.
just take a
Take
little
a
break,
break.
come back. Yeah.
I'll probably get it back when I'm done all of the Mass Effects.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna try
fair.
and play those back to back. It's gonna be tough.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a long time,
Get in there.
but I'm excited for
Yeah.
those enhanced visuals.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll look really good. I'm trying to think there was one other thing I was going to say about games, but I can't remember. Oh, I am most likely because I have a problem, most likely gonna buy Immortals on PS5 as well because there's a cross sale.
You're just throwing money
It's
at
just
it.
gonna pop a platinum though, and that'll be nice. But also, to be honest, I do have a
Still,
lot left still to do, and a
still
lot of it
platinum
is kind of
chasing.
grindy. Not really, not really. But
And
it's
yeah,
like
again,
I've already done
honestly,
all the work. Like
those kinds, those kinds of achievements, and this is coming from a reformed
but I've
platinum
already done it. What do
trophy
you mean?
hunter that like would like look at wikis and look at videos on how to get platinums all the time. I think that
It can be fun.
trophies have ruined certain games.
Yeah, it
Even
depends.
just from a playability aspect or replayability, like Super Mario World, no trophies, but you play that game. You can play that game in one sitting, but you just
Sure.
always start that
Sure.
game up again because it's such a good game. You can
Sure.
have a really good game, but you've platinumed it, and like part of you is like, well, I'm not going to see a trophy pop when like I do certain things, or like if I play this again, nothing's going to happen. When you know
I
that
mean,
like
sure,
trophies have
but if
popped
you like the
already.
game enough, I have still done that. Like, I've still
Yeah,
gone back and played a game that I like that I've platinum just because it's a fun game.
I haven't. Trophies,
That means you're done.
trophies.
Check it out the list. Never
Yeah,
again on
and that's why
install.
I don't. That's why I don't like. That's why I don't trophy hunt anymore.
That's fair. But I like I'm very much a completionist. I'm already doing but the fact of the matter is with Immortals, I'm already doing that and I'm already mostly through a lot of it. But when it comes to the DLC, like not Lost Gods, Mists of the Eastern Realm, the second one and then the third one, I still have a lot to go in those. So I'm like, that actually would be pretty nice to be able to swap back and forth between the two and keep going. Because I'm a sick person. I want to 100% all of those because I set my mind to it. I said I'm gonna do it, so here I am. But it would be nice, especially the last one. Honestly, the ARPG that would be super cool to sit back on the couch and like kind of just grind with my doggo.
You
It'd
just
be great,
you just
and
pay
it's
it
on
all
sale.
for this
So,
the same. I know it doesn't matter if it's on sale.
I mean,
You could
honestly, I
you could
really
do
like the
whatever
game, and I
you
want
want
them
with
to
your
make a
money.
sequel. So
That was the thing when people are like, "Oh, I'm getting Monster Hunter Rise on Switch, and then I'll get it again on PC." And I'm just like,
Monster Hunter
I couldn't
World was the
I
one
could
where
not
people
double
did that.
dip. I just could not double dip anymore.
Yeah,
Even
it's
with
fair.
even with Final Fantasy, it's like
Only
we're
doing
we're
it
at
because it's good tax
we're at
reasons.
such a graphical, I don't want, like, I guess, impasse where like the PS5 version of Final Fantasy 7 remake, yeah, it's gonna load faster. Do I
That's
really
mainly
need?
gonna be it.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Am I gonna like double, or even like with the, even on when it comes to PC, it's, I guess there's mods you could say, but like
Yeah.
I honestly don't care about mods enough to double dip. It's just
Yeah.
it's
It's fair. I would only do it in certain situations. Like literally the only ones I'm thinking about is Destiny and Immortals. I'm like, it's because I it'd be nice to be able to switch between literally like sitting at a desk and then like laying on a couch. They're two different vibes, you know. But we shall see when that comes in on Tuesday. I'm trying to think, is there any shows or anything? Have you watched Invincible yet? Because it's so
I
fucking
think I'm on
good.
like episode 3.
Okay. Hell
I
yeah.
stopped watching it and I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay. Sure.
It's a
Sure.
very
Why not?
popular anime.
I've heard about it. I don't know anything about it though, but I've heard the name.
It's I got very Harry Potter vibes.
Okay.
Do you
Cool.
want me to give you the premise sort of?
Sure.
I don't know if it sort of spoils the part of the first episode.
You know what? It's fine. Maybe I'll get to it. Who
It's
knows?
like
I'm
26
watching
episodes,
Demon
one
Slayer.
season. They're going to do a movie. I think they're doing a prequel movie next and then a second season.
I've been really liking like Demon Slayer has got me in an anime mood, so maybe I'll just go to that one next.
It's
I'm
good. It's
making my
very
way through
very
Demon
Harry
Slayer.
Potter.
It's fucking awesome. Oh my god. I'm getting to certain points where I'm like, this is getting better. This is getting better and
Yeah, I
better.
got to get back to that too cuz I
Oh,
re-upped
it's
my
awesome.
Crunchyroll and so I can watch all those now. But then
I am
I've just been
actually
watching Scrubs. I've been rewatching Scrubs, and Scrubs, let me tell you, that show is literally perfection for all 8 seasons. We're not talking about 9 season. It doesn't exist. 8 seasons. That is the best sitcom of all sitcoms. And I'm even throwing Seinfeld in there.
Damn.
It is
I
just
mean,
so
honestly, I
good.
should watch it. I never
Scrubs
have. It's one of
is
the ones that are on my shameless.
you'd like JD a lot.
Okay. I don't know if I shouldn't feel complimented or insulted or
No,
whatever,
as a
but I'm
compliment.
down. I'll take it.
All of
Scrubs.
it's just
actually
so
not
good.
on Netflix. I thought it was.
It's on Disney
Oh,
Plus
it's on.
in Canada, but I don't know if it's on Disney Plus in
It's
America.
on Hulu. It looks like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's good. I'll add it to.
It is so good, so funny. How like the editing, like because JD's the main character, he talks to himself, which is pretty much his narration, and he'll like daydream, and then like that'll cut to like funny things that like the actors are doing, then I'll go back, and it's just like all kind of in his imagination. So that's how they get away with that kind of stuff, which is really funny. All the characters are great. And then there's a couple of times like when I first watched the show that I probably still will when I rewatch it, those episodes that are like really like emotional, and like I've cried in that show before a couple times.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And it's hard, like you don't think a sitcom, usually you don't expect a sitcom to do that. So
Yeah.
when it happens and you actually like feel something, you're like, oh wow, like that's really good storytelling in a sitcom, because usually I don't know another sitcom where I've gotten emotional.
Definitely The Office for me, but yeah.
Parks and Rec, I didn't get emotional.
I'm trying to think if there was. I don't know. Probably just The Office. I've cried at multiple points in The Office and still do whenever I rewatch it.
I cry whenever Jim opens his stupid mouth. No, I don't mind Jim. I like Jim. I don't like Pam.
Wow, you don't like Pam?
That's like, I saw a YouTube video where it's like Pam's like the worst. She's like a terrible person.
Is she? What is?
Yeah.
I mean, I need that broken down.
There was,
I'm sure.
if you YouTube it, there's probably a bunch of YouTubes about it. But I think one of the things that they said was Jim like gave up everything when she wanted to go to like art school or something, and then when he got like a promotion, she kind of guilted him into staying. No. Don't try to defend her. If that's what happens, that's what happened.
I mean, he kind of lied about it. There's that.
You're just defending. Like I didn't see those episodes, so I don't know. I was just this is what this guy was talking about. But also they like make fun of everybody. They're not. They're a bad couple.
Wow, what a take.
It's true. It's true. Also, this week we saw a little sneak peek of some Marvel stuff.
Oh my God, was that this last week?
Yeah, which is at the beginning of the week. That's why.
Holy shit.
Also, we learned that Loki's going to be on Wednesdays.
What is?
Loki.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, the Phase 4 trailer, fucking incredible. So good. I had chills. Oh, it was awesome.
It was good.
Everybody go watch. It's literally called Marvel Studios' official MCU Phase 4 trailer. Like, goddamn.
But they only showed really like Shang-Chi and Eternals. Like footage from those movies.
Dude, there's
I guess Black Widow.
Let me check. There are multiple, like Black Widow's coming out this year. I mean, it's 4 movies, right?
Well, it's 3 this year.
3 this year? Let me see. Black Widow is this year.
Eternals and Shang-Chi.
This year. Eternals is
and
this
Spider-Man.
year.
Yeah, and Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's 4 fucking movies. What the fuck?
And then we got more. I think we have 4 next year. Well, because we had like a year off, so that's why.
What, dude?
Black Panther. What is it? Wakanda for? I don't really like that title.
I'm so into it. I love it. I mean, Wakanda Forever is their whole thing, and I can see how whatever they're gonna do with it is probably gonna fit the title pretty well. You know.
I'm gonna make a prediction without knowing anything about anything. Is that Michael B. Jordan is gonna be from another universe, and he was the Black Panther in that universe, and he's gonna stay with this universe or something. One way to get Michael B. Jordan, but also a good way to still have Chadwick Boseman. Like, they didn't replace him, something like that.
Because I have no fucking clue what they're gonna do. I don't think it's that, but
it's weird to have like a movie and like they haven't shot anything for that movie, so like that movie's not gonna have him in it whatsoever, unless they do it all digital, which I don't think they're gonna do.
No. I don't know what they're gonna do when it comes to the actual story. It's so weird, but it's fucking wild, dude. The fact that Eternals is this year is what's really like fucking with my head, because Eternals is supposed to be like the big kind of like next shift for Marvel. Like that's supposed to be a big deal, and like that's this year. Yeah, Eternals is supposed to be, according to like the comics, they're not necessary. They are like, you know, a way lesser known like group. But according to what I've heard from people, so this is very secondhand knowledge, but it's like they're not Guardians, and then that like they might be Guardians in like popularity, but Guardians was just kind of ragtag group doing whatever the fuck. Eternals are supposed to be like deities. They're supposed to be like gods. Like,
well, they're like alien gods, because like Thor's a god.
But it seems like when it comes to what the Eternals supposedly are in the comics, like power-wise, that's supposed to be a big kind of like next phase, like that is ushering in like a new Marvel era. And it's like, that's fucking this year.
And now Marvel can say that Eternals, directed by Oscar winner, I forget her name, but the director just won an Oscar for Nomadland.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's huge now, where it's like a Marvel movie is being directed by an Oscar-winning director.
Yeah, dude, it looks awesome too visually. Even just from the couple of shots, I was like, "Holy fuck!" I don't know. I'm excited. God, very very.
And the Marvels. That's interesting. Yeah, because I saw there was like a tweet that on set of Miss Marvel, like because the TV show, the Disney Plus show. So then I'm guessing that she's gonna like then go into the movie as well.
Yep.
And they showed 4, and I was like, don't you fucking get my hopes up.
But just so we know, Marvel's is supposed to be Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and also like Photon of like Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
she's supposed to be in it too, which is like shit.
But then I wonder when Secret Invasion. No, Marvel's was in 2023.
I think here. I still have it up.
God and Thunder's Love and Thunder's next week or next year. Okay, it is 2022.
Thor Love and Thunder is May 6th, 2022.
If anybody, I'll say this right now, if anybody else is cast as Sue Storm and Reed Richards, if that's not Jim, what's his name? John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, if that's not anybody else but them, I do not approve this movie. They would be the perfect like Reed Richards and Sue Storm.
There's been rumors forever that like John Krasinski was like in talks for MCU stuff. Like that's been, I think it was that originally he was in talks for Captain America like forever ago, and then that's did not work.
And like he suits Reed Richards, and she's like very, even in Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, so she's not a stranger to action. So I'm like, those two would be perfect for that. I don't know who would be the Torch or the Thing.
Chris Evans.
No,
bring him back.
He's too old. It's her younger brother, Sue Storm's younger brother.
Don't reference Captain America whatsoever.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, hairstyles.
Wow.
He's getting into acting. He was in the Christopher Nolan movie.
That's a while back.
Well, it was before the pandemic, so it was just 2019. Yeah. There hasn't really been that many movies since, but I'm trying to think of young actors who could play Johnny Storm. It's tough.
Tom Holland.
No. I'm being serious about this.
I don't have any young actors. I'm sorry.
The Fantastic Four is very special to me. So if they fuck this up, I'm going to be very upset.
Fair. You're gonna have to wait a good bit though. I will say I love how they ended the fucking like they went title card for movie after movie, and then literally the basically the Fantastic Four logo, and then said Marvel Studios. But like it's so good because that was very much a teaser for like, and you know Fantastic Four is coming, but also like Phase Four motherfuckers. Like I thought that was great because it
It
worked
was
in both
weird.
ways.
I thought when they did that big announcement, that convention in 2019, and they brought like Natalie Portman on, and she held Mjolnir, that they said that
Yeah.
they like released, or no, they showed Blade, but like Blade
Yeah.
wasn't in that package, was it?
No, they talked about Blade and said that it was like
But
long
then
ways away.
in 2019, that's when Kevin Feige said like he mentioned Fantastic Four, but then he thought he said that was going to be far off. So I guess they're swapping places, or like they're
No,
moving
I don't.
Fantastic Four up. I didn't think it
I
was going
don't
to be in
think.
Phase Four because I don't think
No, and I don't even
they
think it
didn't
is still.
have they didn't have Fox
Yeah.
by
Well,
that
I think
time.
during. No, I think that event was literally like very recently after the Fox thing. So
Was it?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, because Blade is Fox. I'm pretty sure, right?
No, Blade's not.
I mean, Fantastic Four
Fantastic
definitely is.
Four is. Blade is just
Yeah.
Marvel.
Gotcha.
If anything, Blade would have been like Sony
Yeah.
if you're tying close to Spider-Man. But Blade, I think, is
Yeah.
just on his own.
But Fantastic Four was. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that was definitely after it, but
Oh, yeah,
I
I
think it
guess.
was very quickly after it. Like I don't think it was like, Kevin Feige did not have real time to put that into the fucking thing. So yeah, I don't think when they said Blade was far off and Fantastic Four was far off, I don't think that means that they're swapping places. I just think that they were both
I
far
thought they
off
were
in a
both
nebula.
like Phase 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Fantastic Four still could be Phase 5. All we got was a
Yeah.
logo that
That's
didn't even
weird
say
because
Fantastic Four. It's just,
they didn't say like the end movie of Phase 4. Like usually it's an Avengers movie
yeah.
that closes it off, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see Fantastic Four the way they teased it like that. That literally could be the end movie for Phase 4. It could be the first one in Phase 5. You never know.
It's
But it was
interesting.
basically just a teaser at the end there where they're like, who's coming?
Also, this week Andrew Garfield lied about his involvement in Spider-Man. I think I forget
You
what
are.
his quote was, but he said like, "No, he's not in it," and I'm like,
He said they didn't call me.
dude, stop lying. We all know.
We might be making this worse on ourselves by assuming that he's lying, though. What if we go see the movie and they're not fucking in it?
Then why did you bring Doc Ock, the one from the Toby verse, and not just have them as a cameo? Like you could pay them. They're probably out of work actors. I'm sorry if you. I don't see them in anything.
Fired Andrew Garfield if you're watching.
But they're like, you could throw them like a couple $100,000 to be like, hey, can you just walk on this sidewalk and then like shoot a wink at Tom Holland or something? That's all they could do, and we would be happy. We don't care about what they're doing. We just care that they're in the movie.
That's fair.
It's like Hayden Christensen. He's probably going to be in a suit. Probably most of those things. He might be a stunt double. But like, if he's just involved a little bit, the fans are happy. And we're like, holy crap, Hayden Christensen's in this Obi-Wan show.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if he lied. He probably lied. I don't know. But that's like some pretty blatant lying. Like, ooh.
I think that's
know.
just the easier thing to do.
I guess. We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, but Doc Ock is in it, so it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we don't have to wait long, ladies and gentlemen. You know what else we don't have to wait long for? The end of the show.
Well, we do have to wait long for Spider-Man.
We do. Well, I mean, it's still this year though. It's the end of this year, which is fucking wild. God,
This year's almost half over.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, also, I still haven't shown. I'm still reading Invincible. I'm on issue 17, I think. 19.
That's a
Nope.
spoiler. No, I don't.
No, dude, I've been trying to, at the very least, like at the end of the night, read through one issue so that I am still like doing it, because otherwise I will drop off. So I'm trying to continue with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's been it. Catch me in the vault of glass getting world's first, motherfuckers. That's where you can find me.
Can we make a
Oh, you can
pizza
find me
bet
on
on that?
no. Find me
Why?
on
Why
Twitch.tv
not?
and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and all the same. Because I'm not gonna get world's first. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. Oof. Oof.
World's most recent.
Yep.
World's most recent clear of the first encounter.
Hey, we'll definitely get through that. I will make a pizza bet that we'll get through the first encounter. All right?
The first encounter, yeah. I don't know about the second encounter.
I would say we'd at least get through
The first.
oracles. Even that's a little risky, but we'll see.
If that's like if it's the exact same, then maybe.
We'll see. Yeah, we're gonna do our best. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Tyson Pellegrini, Instagram Pellegrini_17, and twitch.tv/T Pellegrini. I'm going to be streaming more Resident Evil. I'm probably going to stream, let's just go with tomorrow. So that's Monday. Today I just want to
But you probably won't see this by that time.
It's true, but I'll be tweeting it out, and so you'll get a notification there that I'm going live with Resident Evil. I'm going to try and finish that. Then next Friday, I'm going to stream Mass Effect. I wonder if I could do the whole game in one sitting, the first one.
If we get this out in time on
tough.
Tuesday, if we get this out early enough in the morning, catch me whenever the fuck they launch the Destiny servers, because I'm going to try and take a day off work, and I'll stream at least for like an hour or two. I think it's at noon Central. Might be 1. Yeah. I don't know.
We probably won't get in until... Well, that's usually... That was beyond late. New seasons aren't as big.
Yeah, it's probably... Yeah. So I'll probably be streaming for that. Maybe if I can find at least one other person who's also not working. Then
you run by yourself.
I know, but I don't...
This is so... I find that funny. Like, there was a tweet. I forget. I think it was by Fiona. Kind of funny. Best friend. And it was something about like playing games with other people, and like, it was like imagining games playing like solo. And then she's like, said something about she couldn't imagine that. And then Jace like quote tweeted her, and he was like the exact opposite. And it's funny how we all like play the same types of games, but we play them very different. Where it's like, I'll do like Prophecy like solo, as opposed to like grabbing 2 friends. It's just a weird thing.
Well, I always like whenever there's a new drop, whenever there's a new season, like back in the day, it was always Eric and Andrew. We would literally be like, set aside the time, be like, we're going in together. We're going to go play through like the first like story missions together. And like, that was always a fun thing. So I like to go in like with new stuff with at least one other person to be like, oh, look at all this new, like to, lose our shit and have fun. But Future said he'd be on Tuesday, but he'd be on like later in the day, so probably won't be then. But I'll probably be on, even if it is just by myself, because I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah,
just run through a couple missions. I might stream that as well, but we'll see. Destiny launches. There's like a ton of people playing Destiny on Twitch, so we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, but that's where you can find us, like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell, and be sure to pee regularly so you don't get urinary infections.
Is that a thing? I don't even know.
I think so. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, if you hold your
We're not scientists.
Bye.
Peace.